It's about simply the phonetic expressive means. Phonetic expressive means how the suprasegmental or phonological aspects of features can use and how do they influence the style of the stylistics in general. Phonetic expressive means of language and stylistic devices, the devices that are used to any stylistics. So this is our lecture today. Phonetic expressive means and stylistic devices. What are they? It is very important to take into account how a word or phrase or sentence sound. How do they sound together? How do they? I mean, like the way they are uttered. How do they influence? The stylistics. The sound of most words taken separately. If we take the sounds of the word separately, this will have a little or maybe no empathetic effect. They might, if we take all those words or phrases or sentences separately in terms of their phonological features, this might not have that. Either it has like a very little or at all no aesthetic the effect. So it is a combination with other words. So when we combine these words together, that a word may acquire a desired phonetic effect, especially in terms of intonation, in terms of stressed and unstressed syllables, which might affect because these phonological suprasegmental features of the words might help a lot in enhancing the stylistics of the or is the stylistics in general. So phonetic expressive means and stylistic devices, they include such means as onomatopoeia, 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 or alliteration or rhyme or rhythm. So what is onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia or onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a combination of speech sounds which aims at imitating sounds when you imitate the sounds produced in nature, either in nature, like when you see thunder and so on, or by things like machines, tools, instruments, or by people like singing, laughter, patter of feet when you snap your feet, and so on. Maybe animals like bark when the animal bark, growl, snarl, roar, or etc. A combination of speech sounds of this type will inevitably be associated with whatever produces the natural sound. So onomatopoeia is a combination of speech sound which aims at the imitation of the sound, either the nature, like or things, people, and even animals. So the imitation of such sounds produced in nature is a kind of this was meant by onomatopoeia, which is the repetition of sound, the imitation of sounds, either by people, animals, nature, or even things. What does this have to do with stylistics in general? It's the imitation or the repetition of sound, imitation of the sounds. Like is even for example, now when you say sarir, the word sarir has to do it has it emphasizes the meaning because it shows the sound of something. When we open the door, you can hear the sound of the door. So the word sarir in Arabic, it has like that influence in the Arabic stylistician. Arabic stylistician might think about how they use such kind of words to indicate the meaning that they want to convey thematically. While alliteration, which is initial rhyme, initial that in the beginning, alliteration is a phonetic stylistic device which aims at imparting a melodic effect to the utterance. It gives it that rhyme. It it makes it rhyme. It is the essence of this device lies in the repetition of similar sounds, in particular consonant sounds in close succession, mostly at the beginning of successive words. Okay, so the repetition of a particular consonant sound or particular sounds, this is alliteration, either vowels or sounds. So note the use of alliteration in poetry in children's literature like deep into darkness, bearing long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming, dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before. A fly and a flea in the flue were imprisoned. Said the fly, let's us flee. Said the flea, let's us fly. So they flew through a flow in the flue. So I say flew, flew, the repetition of sounds. Flew, 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 through. Okay? Flee, flee, flee and flee, fly and fly, flee, fly, flew. So the repetition of such sound, this is alliteration. 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 This is so the alliteration, as we mentioned, is a phonetic stylistic device which aims at imparting a melodic effect to the utterance. It gives that utterance its melodic effect. It has to be rhymed. Deep into darkness, bearing long, bearing. Deep into darkness, bearing. Long I stood there wondering, fearing, peering, fearing. Look at earring, ear, fear. The definition, the imitation of the sound. Fear, wondering, doubting, dreaming, dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before. A fly, flee, flew. F, f, f. See, fly, lie here. The repetition of there is an imitation of vowels and consonants at the same time. This is kind of let's say setting device or stylistic device is called alliteration. Alliteration. The use of alliteration makes speech more expressive. No, this is now we go to the rhyme. The rhyme is a repetition of the same sound in last stressed syllable of two or more lines in a stanza of verse. Rhyming words are usually placed at a regular distance from each other. In verse, they are placed at the end of the corresponding line. Like look at here. And by the type of stressed syllables, scholars distinguish between male rhyme and female rhyme. Look at here. Look at the example. When the lamb is shattered, female rhyme. The light in the dust lies dead. When the cloud is scattered, so it's shattered and scattered, they are rhymed together. Dead and shed, they rhyme together, and both are male rhymes. Ah, Kenya, what I made the day and gray. Male rhyme and they rhyme together. Out oh the mountains and the fountains, shattered, scattered. Mountains, fountains, dead and shed, day and gray, day and gray. So look at how words are rhymed and they come in the end, and they are divided in the score or distinguish between male and female rhymes. So you don't take much care about whether they are male or females. Like you should know that rhymes they come at the end of the word and they rhyme together. They have the same rhythm. They rhyme together. That means they have the same rhythm. Rhythm exists where else everywhere in all spheres of human activity. It could be musical, mechanical, and symmetrical in architecture. In poetic speech, it is produced by regular alteration, change of stressed and unstressed syllables. It is a deliberate argument of speech into regularly recurring units intended to be grasped as a definite periodicity, which makes rhythm and stylistic device. This device brings order into the utterance, bring order into like in poetic speech. It is produced by a regular alteration of stressed and unstressed syllables. It is illustrated by the following example given by V.V. Uh, Gorovich or Gorovich. Why do you cry, Willie? Why do you cry? Why, Willie? Why, Willie? Why, Willie? Why? So look at the rhythm. Look at the rhythm. Why do you cry? Why do you cry, Willie? Why do you cry? Why, Willie? Why, Willie? Why? You see the rhythm has that kind of rhythm. Rhythm. So